All right, it's 8:48 now. You know, between the robocalls, the spoofed text messages, and spam emails, it can be really hard to discern who really has your best interest in mind, let alone who's really protecting it. The answer is probably right in your hand, touchpad or keyboard, and this is a great time to go through and to see how much of your information you've shared. And Sandra Gao with the Better Business Bureau joins us now to explain all of that. And I just thought of it as sort of a spring cleaning for your digital footprint.
Absolutely, and that's really the point of this segment, because Saturday is actually National Secure ID Day, and usually we think of the paper stuff. You know, the old checks, the invoices, the statements, and all that kind of stuff, which is great. If you find a local organization that's hosting a shred day, get all that stuff out of your house, depending on what the document is. But electronically, our stuff is out there. Yeah. So if you go through your device, you go through your iPad, you go through your cell phone, you go through anything else that's connected to the internet, see what kind of apps are on there. What apps have you used recently? What apps have you ignored lately? What apps do you remember the password for? Have you changed it recently? Have you updated it? What do you really need or not need? And see what kind of things that app is doing with your personal information. One
thing I thought was interesting was to not update your passwords.
Yes.
But to not use words.
Don't use words anymore. Use passphrases.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is, if you think of your favorite song, your favorite book, your favorite, in some cases, because today's Easter Monday, your favorite Bible phrase.
Yes.
Use the first letter of that phrase and change it to words, letters, numbers, and symbols. As long as it's like 8 to 13 characters long, you should be okay. But keep it to yourself, and a lot of people say, well, I can't remember all of that. That's fine. Find yourself a notebook, write it down, and just change it about 3 to 4 times a year.
Yeah. Now, this also extends to, a lot of people don't realize, it's not just apps, but it might be loyalty programs you have
on your
phones as well. Because everybody wants you to be part of their system, you know, here, download.
Just give me your email, give me your cell phone, and we'll be able to pull it up and see how we can save you 5 to 10% on your gas, on your purchases and stuff like that. I'm guilty of that. But make sure that, you know, you keep track of how often you change that access and how often you use it, because you never know when that facility might get hacked. Think about the number of breaches over the last year at some of these retailers.
I think I've gotten a half dozen letters from people, that sort of thing.
Absolutely.
One other thing, it doesn't hurt that if you have a checking accounts and a credit card account, just go in every once in a while just to look and see if there's been unauthorized charges.
You were a very wise man, John, because it is a very good idea, even on a daily, or, you know, some people look on a daily basis just to make sure all of their balances are correct, or balance their checkbooks, to go back in and look at the credit accounts as well to make sure there's no unusual charges that don't belong to them. Because a lot of times what a scammer will do is they'll put through just a tiny little charge that's unnoticeable, and then it starts really ramping up until either the credit card company catches it or you catch it and say, stop this right now, or I dismiss this charge, this is not me, and you can catch it. And banks and credit card companies are really doing a wonderful job at trying to stop those transactions from happening before they start. So you can find more information on bbb.org/cybersecurity.
Excellent advice all the way around. Spring clean your digital footprint, and you'll be glad for it later on. So, Sandy, thank you so much for coming in.
You're very welcome.
Let's check on our beautiful weather today. Here's